Hey, welcome back to AvaMind. This is one of those episodes where we get honest about self-worth, relationships, and the stuff we don't always say out loud. Wherever you are right now, whether you're curled up in bed, walking to work, or just needing a moment of stillness, this is for you. Today, we're talking about something quietly powerful. Something that often sits in the background of our lives, shaping how we show up in the world, especially in our relationships. We're talking about self-love. Not the fluffy, Instagram quote kind, but the grounded, daily practice of having your own back. Loving yourself doesn't mean you've got it all figured out. It means you're willing to stay with yourself, even when things feel messy. And when we do that, our relationships shift. They become less about seeking validation and more about sharing connections. So let's explore what it really means to build self-love and why it's the foundation of healthy relationships. Here's what we'll explore in this episode: what self-love actually means and what it doesn't, how it shows up in our relationships, especially when it's missing, and simple ways you can build it into your daily life, starting small, starting today. Let's start by clearing up a common myth. Self-love is not about being selfish, arrogant, or pretending to be happy all the time. It's not about bubble baths or buying expensive candles, although those things can feel lovely. Real self-love is deeper than that. It's the quiet, consistent choice to treat yourself with respect, care, and kindness, even when you don't feel like you deserve it. Especially then. Imagine a friend going through a tough time. You'd likely offer them patience, gentleness, space to feel. But when it's us, we often meet ourselves with criticism, shame, or pressure to just get over it. Self-love is learning to be your own safe place. You can think of it like tending a garden. You don't blame a plant for drooping, you check the light, the soil, the water, you adjust, you care. Same goes for you. And yes, self-love includes boundaries. It means saying no without guilt. It means honoring your needs, even when others don't understand them. Sometimes, self-love is simply choosing to rest. Sometimes, it's choosing to speak up. And sometimes, it's choosing to stay with yourself when everything feels hard. So ask yourself gently, if I treated myself the way I treat someone I love, what would be different? Now let's talk about why this matters so much, especially in our relationships. When we don't have a strong foundation of self-love, we often outsource our worth. We rely on others to make us feel enough, or safe, or lovable. That's a lot of pressure to put on a partner, a friend, or even a stranger. But when we practice self-love, we bring a grounded sense of self into every connection. We don't need someone to complete us, we're already whole. And from that place, relationships become a beautiful bonus, not a desperate need. Let's get real here. Have you ever overgiven in a relationship, hoping they'd finally see your worth? Stayed silent to keep the peace, even when your heart screamed otherwise? Felt empty when you weren't getting constant attention or reassurance? We've all been there. These patterns usually come from one core wound. If I'm not enough on my own, I need others to make me feel that way. But when we learn to affirm ourselves, when we start showing up for our own needs, we stop chasing love that hurts. We set healthy boundaries. We communicate more honestly. We attract people who respect us because we've learned to respect ourselves. So what happens when we don't have self-love? It can look like constant people-pleasing, feeling responsible for everyone else's happiness, struggling to say no without guilt, staying in relationships that drain or hurt us. Let's take a real-world example. You're in a relationship where your needs often get dismissed. You feel exhausted, but you keep showing up, hoping your effort will be enough to make them stay. Underneath that, a belief: if I'm good enough, they won't leave. But that belief isn't rooted in love, it's rooted in fear. And here's the truth. Self-love teaches us that our worth isn't up for negotiation. We don't have to earn love by shrinking ourselves. And when you truly embody that truth, your standards shift. You stop settling for crumbs when you know you deserve a full meal. So how do we actually build self-love? Here's where the work gets both gentle and real. It starts small. Firstly, check in with yourself daily. Ask, how am I feeling right now? Not how you should feel, not how you want to feel. Just how am I really? Second, practice kind self-talk. Start catching those inner comments that say, I'm not doing enough, or I always mess things up. Then reframe with curiosity instead of criticism. Try, I'm learning, or I'm doing my best with what I have. Third, set micro boundaries. Maybe it's pausing before replying to a message. Maybe it's giving yourself permission to cancel plans when you're burnt out. Boundaries don't push people away. They protect your peace so you can show up with intention. Fourth, celebrate small wins. Notice what you did today, not just the big stuff. Sometimes self-love is brushing your teeth when you're feeling low. That counts. And finally, use tools that support reflection. Inside the AvaMind app, you can track your emotional state, explore journaling prompts, and get daily nudges that remind you, you matter. One tap can bring you back to yourself. These aren't grand gestures, they're seeds, planted daily. And over time, they bloom into something quiet but powerful. Trust in yourself. Remember, self-love isn't a destination. It's not about waking up one day, feeling 100% healed and whole. It's a relationship between you and you. And like any relationship, it needs attention, patience, and care. The more you tend to yourself with love, the more your relationships start to reflect that same energy back to you. You stop chasing approval. You stop fearing rejection. You begin showing up as your full, honest self, and that's where real connection begins. If today's reflection stirred something in you, take a moment to pause and ask, what's one small act of love I can offer myself today? And if you need support, you don't have to face it alone. Open the AvaMind app. Explore the tools, the daily practices, and the gentle guidance that's here to support you, step by step. Thanks for listening. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you next time on AvaMind.